Hello my peoples, and what we have here, box fresh from Polar Audio. Polar Audio are a Beyerdynamics UK division, but I thought I might as well get one of their fancy headphones so we can have a look inside and see some of the design choices. Let's have a look. Oh, let's keep it a surprise. Let's get this out. There we go. So this is the Beyerdynamic T1 Gen 3. This is the latest one. I've had apart the first gen and second gen, so I'm going to see what they've changed in this one. I do actually have an original Generation 1 T1 driver, so we can have a look and see what changes they've made. So I remember they did make a couple of changes when they went to the Gen 2. Still covered in couple bits. Quite a nice case. Like it's got a metal doohickey on there. Let's just get that open. Just move the camera slightly. There we go. Oh! So look, I like these little. Oops, someone's fallen off the desk. I like these little straps here that prevent you from, opening it too far. They've got the cable. We'll have a look at that as well, because obviously, I love I love designing the cable. But nice case with all molded shapes. I don't know if you can see that. You've got a little pocket for your cable, which velcros on there. Another metal Beyerdynamic. What's it in there? So good packaging. But obviously, it's good. No, it's good. It's quite a hard case, so it's good to have something to protect them when you've got. These are quite expensive headphones. I think the RRP on them is around £1,000. So they're quite expensive. And so you've got metal here, metal cover, aluminium, and again, like the original T1s and T5Ps, they've broken the edges of these. They've basically rounded off the edges, whereas on most of the Beyerdynamics it's quite sharp, so they're a little bit more rounded over on this. So nice finish. These used to be metal. I don't know if they're metal. The shoulders might be metal. What we'll do is we'll have them apart and we'll have a look. But they're quite nice. But it does look like the headbands can be difficult to get into. But the headband aside, let's have a look inside the ear cup and see what they've changed. See if there is any differences. Right, so I'm just using a T6 screwdriver to get that open. Again, same kind of arrangement as they've had on the previous T1s. Actually, I think the old ones had laser cut. What's it? So I don't know. These are a bit, obviously new design. The old ones are quite old. These do look nice, but they don't look quite as premium as some of the ones. I'm quite surprised. This bit's metal as well, so that's metal over the plastic. But yeah, I'm quite surprised these don't have the fancy hinges like you get on the new. DT 1990 and 1770, where I think their hinge game is stronger. They've got metal machined hinges. Right, so we're going to get into these. I'm assuming these. Oh, interesting. So I've just spotted a difference already. But so you can see inside here. Don't know. Inside there, this is all covered in. It's got a fabric cover over it, and I don't think it used to. So that will probably tune the sound in some way, plus also it's going to prevent dust from getting into the bits it probably shouldn't do. So just going to pop that open. Okay, remove that. That's all as it was, pretty much. And here we go, the money shot. Oh, sir. Interesting. So, as you can see, these are a semi-open design. So most of this is closed in here, and then you've got an opening here and some openings on the edge. So these are angled drivers, so you're not going to get a straight reflection off the inside of the ear cup and back through, because it's coming in at an angle and it's going to bounce around. So I'm not sure, you could add some damping material to that, but I'm not sure you're going to get much advantage. You've got some foam there. Again, this will be part of their tuning process. They will have tried several different kinds of foam to tune these a little bit. Interestingly, on the T1s and T5Ps, they have a third wire. So you can see you've got the two wires here, positive and negative, for the driver, and they've got a third. Oh my god! Sorry, I forgot. Those magnets are really, really powerful. You've got a third wire. Watch the screwdriver that goes over. Oh, look, can you see it trying to wiggle? I'm not even near it, and it's trying to jump up and grab my screwdriver. Yeah, the Tesla drivers are insane, like insane magnetic flux. Sorry. Third wire that goes to there, and that actually grounds the shielding. So on the cables, they have positive, negative, and shield, and the shield is linked to the outer part of the driver there. Now then, I am not a fan of shielding on headphone cables. These are, I'll have to look it up, but I think these are probably 250, 300 ohms. They're quite a high impedance driver, so you have to run quite a lot of power through them. So the signal to noise ratio, you know, the amount that you're going to get from RFI and EMI, the chances of you hearing anything are very minimal. So you don't necessarily need a shield, but the shielding sometimes has a bit of a disadvantage, because if you've ever opened up a capacitor, you've basically got conductor, insulator in there. So having a conductor around an insulator, around some other conductors, basically increases the capacitance of the cable. So I suspect the cable has got higher capacitance than a standard cable, which is probably, it's borderline, but I reckon you can probably hear more difference on a high capacitance cable than you could by just letting some noise in. And the noise is going to be at such a low level, it's probably not audible. But anyway, give me a second. I'm going to grab an original T1 driver, and we can have a look and see what the differences are. So here's a Gen 1 driver, and you can see it has been updated, and it's quite interesting. So when they went from the Gen 1 to the Gen 2, they inserted they inserted a rubber bit. This time it's plastic. So there's a rubber bit in this hole, like a little rubber grommet, and that basically improved the tuning a little bit. You got a bit, because it was a soft material and it's slightly rounded, you got a bit less chuffing as the air was going in and out the back of the magnet. So I think that was a bit of a kind of fudge, and then when they've updated to the Gen 3, they've kind of factored that in, and you've got a plastic grommet in there with some don't know if you can see that in there. So you've got a bit of tissue in there, which is good, because you used to be able to get stuff falling into the back of these drivers. Over time you get dust or whatever, and then that would cause a rattle. But I think, let me grab a measure-do. Oh, look, that looks like it's got, oh my god, trying to measure these things. Curse you. Right, 0. Okay. Where's the magnet? Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so that's 35 mil. This one looks smaller. 34 mil. My God, my eyes are good. Yeah, so it looks like it's had a complete refresh. You can see you've got different screw holes. Oh Jesus, I really need to stop putting metal things. Let's use the plastic end. Got different screw holes here compared to the position here. So it is a completely new driver going from the Gen 2 to the Gen 3. You can see on this you've got acoustic silk here over it, and on the new one you've got some kind of, let's pull that off. So we've got this bit, which didn't used to, oh no, it has got some kind of, yeah, so similar kind of design there with the acoustic silk over it, but they have, again, this is a new part. It's got different moldings. And underneath it's got like a weird extra textured membrane under there, which this one doesn't have. So yeah, it just looks like they've just gone in and they've juiced it up a bit. I haven't actually listened to these yet, and it's been a long time since I've listened to the other T1, so I won't really be able to compare. But so I'm just very cautious of those screws. Right, so you've got this bit made of ABS. The left and the right mouldings for this are different because you've got the sockets on different sides. So this one's got an R inside to show that it's the right one. but the drivers are probably all the same, just with the ear cuts redesigned. As you can see, you've got a separate screw hole on here. Oh, shit, I've done it again. You've got a separate screw hole on here for the ground, whereas on the old ones it just used to screw straight onto one of the standard sockets. Sorry, one of the standard holes. Don't know. So, a mod that you could do, if you were thinking of modding these, which is easy and reversible, you might want to add some damping material in there, but I'm sure Beyerdynamic have done their testing and they doesn't need it. But what you could try doing, not the metal end, is removing this screw and taking off the wire to the shield. Is that going to do it? Just trying to think whether that would change it. It wouldn't. No, you'd have to disconnect it from the other end. You'd have to disconnect it from the jack end. So, trying a different cable would be a good option on these, I think. I haven't looked at the cable yet, but I suspect you'll be able to squeeze more out with a different cable. I'm not just saying that because I make cables. Oh, look at that, it's red on the inside. It's got two different layers of, like a foam with a fabric over the top of it. Nice, 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 nice. Right, shall we have a look at how the headband's made? See if it's still got metal shoulders? I don't really want to because it's a ball link. But, while we've got it partially dismantled. Let's have a look. Right, so I got that one back together. Just wondering if these come apart the same way as the old ones. No, this doesn't want to come apart, but let's see if we can see if it's metal. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, so I think these are aluminium shoulders, and you've got suede over the top and leather. So I think that the headband is pretty similar. The old one used to have a stripe down it, but they've just gone more subtle with the design on this one, which I quite like. It's quite stealthy. Like the old ones were, look at me, I'm all baller with my T1s. These ones, you might not realise they look like the rest of the range, but obviously they've got a much higher quality driver. And the angle driver is really good because it essentially points it in towards your ear. So it sounds more like it's coming from speakers. You should get slightly better sound stage by angling the driver. And again, there's a limit to how much you can angle it, just because of the restrictions of the size of the ear cup. So that's that. Those are the T1s. Inside, quite interesting. There's a couple of design changes there over the older ones, and I'm just quite interested to see. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the cable. So standard jack this end, you'll probably have, I think you've got positive, minus, and shield. Positive, minus, shield on those ones to carry the shielding. And let's see if we can get the capacitance. Hope you can see that. Right, so we've got the LC meter up and running. It's a pretty cheap and dirty LC meter, but it is actually very accurate, more accurate than like you get on a multimeter. It's very good actually. It's just cheap. Right. Okay, so I get one on there. I'm gonna zero it. Calculating. Okay, I'll measure on there. If I let go. Yeah, so you've got very high capacitance on this. So this will be because of the shielding. So you've got 963 picofarads on there, which is very high. The HD 600, which has got a standard cable, that used to be quite high, and that's 600 picofarads. Like one of ours will be probably less than that. It'll be less than 100, I would have thought. Let's have a look. This one's quite a long one, so I'm not sure. Let's have a look. So we'll put that on there. 0, 0. There we go. Whoop. There you go. So that's 58 picofarads for a similar kind of length. So you can see That's the original beyerdynamic one has got 20 times the capacitance. Now, whether that's going to make an audible difference, I haven't done the maths. It's probably, if you're listening to high-res music with a lot of high-frequency sound, then yes, a lower capacitance one is going to stop that from rolling off quite as much at the top. But yeah, so that's it. So that's the there we go. Beyerdynamic T1 Generation 3. Had a look inside those. If you've got any questions, stick them in the thingamabob. I'm gonna probably make a nicer cable for these, and then, to be honest, we're probably gonna sell them because I have no need for these. I just thought it'd be interesting to have a look inside while they're here. So if you fancy a pair of T1 Gen 3s with a fancy cable for roughly the price of a T1 Gen 3 without a fancy cable, let me know and I will fancy cable them up and you can buy them. Sorry, nearly forgot. If you want to see more of this, stick a like in the box. I've recently become a YouTube partner, so there might be adverts. If the adverts are really annoying you, let me know. But it'd be nice to get a few pence back towards new toys so I can test some more stuff. So, the advertising's always good. We might do Patreon or something if the adverts are too annoying. Nice hot chocolate. Anyway, come back for more. We've got some more interesting stuff coming up over the next couple of weeks. All right, bye.